you don't actually have to discipline yourself into not reaching out to that guy that you know is not good for you, yet you feel addicted to. What you need to do is heal the emotional wounding that is making you still feel attracted to someone who is continually mistreating you and hurting you. I forgot to say I was gonna hold your hand. Give me your hand. Let's keep going. I already know. You're struggling because you know that you know better. Yet you keep finding yourself hoping that he'll text you back and feeling this urge to chase when he pulls away. And making excuses for bad behavior. You might justify his behavior. Oh, he's busy. Oh, it's hard for him. Oh, his trauma. And then you blame yourself. How can I be more easy? Have minimal needs. How can I be more chill? How can I make this better for him? How can I help him? But that's not news to you. So the real question is why? Why, when you know you're an amazing woman with a lot to offer, why do you then end up choosing partners that you have to pull along and feel like you have to convince to love you and convince to pursue you, and you end up feeling tense and anxious, but yet you keep going back? Let's talk about that. The reality is something about this person is pulling on a core emotional wound. And if you haven't heard it 100 times in my content, you will today. The emotional wounds that you don't heal will continue to influence who you attract and allow and are attracted to and tolerate in your life. And it will influence all your other decisions as well, in career, family, all the things. But it will influence who you are attracted to and who you allow in your dating space. So something about this person, your body is trying to subconsciously correct. There's a pattern being mirrored that you're thinking you can fix by getting them to love you. And until you heal this, I can almost promise you that this is how your dating experience is going to continue to play out. Because even when you know better, if you haven't done the healing work in your body to release that trauma, that emotional wound, it will keep influencing your choice. And then you'll keep judging and shaming yourself, which is the worst part, because you're like, I know better. I'm smart. I'm a smart girl. How did I get here? What we need to do is face the wound, and it's usually rooted in childhood. One of my past clients, I'll call her client A, came to me because she was leaving a marriage where there was emotional unhealthiness and infidelity, to say the least. And she was working through this betrayal trauma, and there was still a part of her that was like, I hope he changes. I hope he grows. I hope that he can figure this out. Is there any potential that we can end up being together? And what we did was look at the emotional wounds that were causing her to see someone who was mistreating her and hurting her, but she was staying and overextending and thinking, how can I fix it? How can I get him to love me? Can I love him enough so that he loves and chooses me back? And what we had to do was drop into, number one, her sense of self-worth and where that came from, and self-respect. And number two, these patterns and ways of relating that had taught her from childhood, from a mom who was kind of emotionally volatile, to be pleasing, to have minimal needs, to be the easy child, to try to find a way to fix it, and felt responsible for other people's emotions in any of her relationships, familial, platonic, but especially would show up in romantic, as attachment wounding does. And so we had to do the work to create inner security, for her to ground into her empowered feminine energy, to build up her sense of self-worth, to have discernment so that she could see that you have to believe the person in front of you. And even though you see their potential, you can't make them reach it. Helped her understand masculine energy and how masculine energy operates and heal her relationship to it. We started healing the betrayal trauma that she had incurred from the relationship. And all of these things added up to her feeling more secure, more radiant, more empowered on her own. And she was able to leave that connection and see him for who he was and the behavior he'd really acted on, his actions. And then when she was single, she was feeling happy and secure on her own. And when she started dating again, she met her now partner very shortly after. Wonderful, empowered masculine man, pursued her, emotionally available, treats her really well, and they've been together ever since, and they are happily in love. Maybe you've seen me share this before as one of the messages she sent me when she met him. She feels like she finally found that safe, empowered masculine energy she'd been craving. And she'd also sent me this one because she'd been doing talk therapy in tandem with her work, and said that she was getting so much out of this specific dating and relationship support that she had kind of outgrown the talk therapy container. If this is something that you struggle with and you are ready to draw in healthy partners, and you know that this is an inner game of your own healing, of what you're available for and holding those standards, and you want a roadmap to do that work, make sure you follow me over on Instagram. I do daily stories on things like this all the time. And as always, send me a DM. Let me know what's going on, and we can talk about what ways we could get you some support to get to that secure, healthy place. And DM me on Instagram if you're going to DM me, because I don't check my TikTok DMs very much.